All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now it's Wilson. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, yeah, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Here you go, 368.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 23 yards on the play. Mixon with a first down carry. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Mixon, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
368.
Dalton here from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Ware takes the give from Mahomes. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Jordan Willis. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Geno Atkins. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe
under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They go 368.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, getting ready for something from the left.
It's Mixon on the counter. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run with Mixon. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The former Washington Husker, Azim Victor, had the tackle. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Being chased out left. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Mahomes. On target over the middle of the hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And Butker able to put this to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
They'll begin here with Bernard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Mixon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And that's complete to Croft. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throw left side, complete to Ross. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And a short gain down to about the 33. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
368.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Dalton. And the grab by Croft. A good pick up there of 20 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. So Dalton now. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 3rd down. Dalton is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half. Coaching
101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. With man coverage,
and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Carl Lawson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And that's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. Desmond Bryant in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Once again, they run with Mixon. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing, Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A handoff to Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Big L 3, 368. Big L 3, 368. Big L 3, 368.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
We're back now in KC. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This fielded at the 2. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that'll help. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. They'll run with Mixon, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
368!
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Green's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. And he's got it up and through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. They're going deep for Hill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He's going to go deep for Conley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Devontae Harris. Another costly turnover, their 2nd of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing? It's football. Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Over the middle, he finds Henderson complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 18. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe try it, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Mixon. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run here with Mixon, and he'll get this one up to the 26. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. That game's gone final now in Philly. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jordan Willis in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll look to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. One final try from Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Cincinnati, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the